My name is Mighty Beard, and we are here for some D&D. This is Agents of Beard, which again I think is a label that I've given it that we haven't really talked about in game yet. But we'll get there. We'll get there once we're in the right spot. But it's the West Marches style D&D. We're playing 5th edition. But there's a few different groups that are out and about in different parts of the continent. You can get all kinds of information about lore that we've uncovered so far, as well as maps and other ways to get in contact over on the website, mightybeard.com. Today we are in Hovedstad, the capital city of the continent. And the gist of it is pretty simple. The Church's Guild was in the process of digging some graves, just because there's been a string of murders in Hovedstad over the last few 10 days. But in the process, they uncovered the ground collapsed. There was a sinkhole, and one of the workers who was digging the grave fell into what appears to be some kind of structure. So they have reached out to the Adventurers Guild to send some people over so that it can be finally explored. With us today, 3 new players, at least on the continent. We'll start with Lark. Lark, who are you? What are you playing? Why are you here?
Hello, I am Lark. My pronouns are he, him, they, them. I'm playing Clover Starheart. She is a paladin of Lathander. She just kind of wants to figure out. Oh, thank you. You're turning my character token.
That was an accident. That was an accident.
She's just kind of doing her thing, trying to figure out, make sure her village doesn't get blown to smithereens, and if that means helping out the Adventurers Guild, so be it. She's also a furbolg.
Wonderful. We also have Norbin.
Yeah. Norbin is a rather jaunty half-elf ranger, excited for his first real adventure out in the world, looking to make a name for himself, find some ruins, explore some unexplored areas, make some maps along the way to prove where he's been, and live to tell the tales.
And Norbin, of course, is being played by Ersatz. I for some reason, like anytime I go in these introductions, I go back and forth if I call you by your character name or your internet name. But we'll go with Jesse. Jesse is with us as well.
Yes, Jesse. I am playing Trill, the Turtle. He is a wizard, and he really is just trying to find ways to gain power and stop the oncoming passing of time, because turtles don't live long enough, and he doesn't think that's fair.
So it is the first time that we've had a turtle in the campaign, so we'll have to do some work on some lore at some point for that. But regardless, yeah, you guys are in Hovedstad. So this is the capital city of the continent, and yeah, really, there's probably 3 different reasons why you guys would be getting involved in this. I mean, obviously, the first one is you guys are members of the Adventurers Guild. So with that, you guys get assignments from other guilds, as well as just general people that need help, caravan running, labor, that sort of thing, up until a certain point. And then, meta-wise, right around level 3 is when you guys start doing some good stuff. That's where we'll start today, is you guys doing some good stuff. You guys will probably have access to the church, but I'm sorry, the reason why you're doing it. Adventurers Guild, no one knows the history of this continent yet. As far as the the new settlements. Easton was the first one about 20 years ago. Hovedstad's been around for about a year. Same for Whitmore and Nordland and Sedund. But there was some ruins that Hovedstad was built on, but there really wasn't a lot of things up on the surface to really study. But something underground is much different. And so the Records Guild would definitely be interested in you guys going down to collect as much information as possible. The Churches Guild is obviously interested to know if any other land around them is going to be collapsing in the near future, because that could be tragic. They would have to move. They would have to move or somehow get some supports down there. And then the last reason is the Senate. So the overall general government would be interested in you guys going down just to make sure there's no threats. You know, threats underground is no big deal, but there is a big gaping hole now in the surface. And if that is the case, then anything that's down there could be coming up, and that's no good. So you guys would have three different reasons why you might go down there. Paladin, probably relationship with the church, would have some personal connection there. The other two, I don't know what would interest you guys about. But regardless, let's go ahead and bring up a map just to kind of give you some context of where this is. Right. So this is a big view of Hovedstad. If you hover over some of the circles and whatnot, it'll give you an idea of where you are. But the big red flag, that's the Adventurers Guild. So that would be your starting place for any time you go out. It could be where you live. There are quarters for all members. But it might just be a place where you eat and pick up jobs as well. But down here on the left corner is the Churches Guild. So right around this back area is where the new graves are being dug, and there is a hole there. So you obviously could just climb down the hole, but well, let's do this. Lark, this will be new for you, but I want everyone to roll me a d6. And the d6 is kind of like a fate check, luck check, and luck. Perfect. Okay, so what that's gonna do? There are two things. So I'm looking for two numbers, 1s and 6s. So it's not going to change what happens in this session, but it is going to kind of alter some details. So best case scenario, if you got a 6, best case scenario would happen. Maybe find some extra, like a cache of health potions right in the nick of the time, or we find some more information that you might not have found as easily. One would mean worst case scenario happens.
Thanks a lot,
we
Clover.
have a 1. So we'll see how that plays out. The other roll I want you guys to make is up to you. You guys would be coming to the Churches Guild, looking around this area. Perception, I think, would work. History, if you guys have had some experience here already. But just to kind of get a scope of like what's around this sinkhole and why it may or may not be positioned in a good spot.
Well, that's disappointing.
think she snuck away to do the groceries.
So would I assume the above ground church is fairly new construction?
Within the last year, yes.
Okay, so it wouldn't be relevant yet, but based on his archaeological and architectural experience, Norbin might have a few ideas about the ruin below once we get down into it. The good old historical knowledge feature.
Ooh, fancy.
So yeah, this has been again, Hovedstad was founded about a year ago, so things have been progressively building as time goes on.
Right.
Whatever's down here was definitely from the society or civilization from way before the settlers came. Is the assumption? Is the assumption? All right. We have an 18 for perception. So what you would notice firsthand, and there is a dude out there that is kind of like walking you guys through like the story, and just kind of pointing to different things. But Trill, you would notice right off the bat that within about 40 feet of where this sinkhole is, between 40 and 60 feet, there's an old well up towards where the gatehouse is. And then within 40 feet is also the church. So for it to be this close to the church, that is concerning. Clover, I think you would gauge the same details, that there's a well about within 40 and 60 feet. There's also a the church is like right there, so potentially different access points if going down into the sinkhole doesn't make sense. But again, you don't know how large the structure is.
Is the well
underneath.
working, or is there water in it?
Would you
Or is it-
ask or would you go look?
I would just go look.
Looking down, it does look like there is water down there.
Okay.
Seems like it. Well, I'm sorry. Do you have dark vision?
That's a great question. That I definitely know the answer to, and the answer would be no. I don't think
You
so.
can't get a good scale of how deep this thing is. I mean, best guess would probably be like 30, 40 feet, maybe. But there does seem to be a light source down there that is kind of odd. But you are seeing water.
As he's peering over the edge, Norbin will just also pop over and peek down. And what we got anything cool down here? And with 90 feet of dark vision, what do my elven eyes see?
There is water. There is a unusual light source. Yeah, because usually a well is like a cistern kind of thing, or maybe a natural water source, or you lower a bucket, you pull up the water, end of day. But this is, there's just a light source down there. It just seems odd. It's dim, but there's definitely light down there.
Is it a steady? I assume it's not like flame. Like if it was a torch, it would be flickering.
Yeah, you're not noticing any movement.
Okay, so it could be something like a light cantrip or some such. Just gonna look back over at our guide, who is showing us around, and just call out, "Hey, there's light down here. Is that normal? Doesn't seem normal."
There's light?
Yes, there's something down there that's causing light. No one has been down there. That actually, that well was one of the original pieces, the ruins of the old city. We just left it. We use it every once in a while, but as far as what's down there, we're not sure what that light is. But yes, we've seen it too. We always just took it as a sign of good.
You guys want me to check out what's down there?
And real quick, Clover, you again, you'd be aware of distances where the sinkhole is to the church, and the church is something you've been in before. You do know there is a basement down in the church, like right around like that area. Maybe you went down there. Like right now, they're using it as like a storage room. But like maybe you just went down there to take stuff down or bring stuff up.
Okay.
If we look into the sinkhole, can we see it breaking through the basement wall or
Through the storage room? Yeah.
Yeah, or the side of the.
You can't
well?
see that far. The sinkhole is roughly about 15 feet, maybe 20
Okay.
feet. But you can see at the bottom there is what appears to be a stone floor. There's a lot of dirt on the ground. Very obvious footprints, but you guys would know that there was a worker that fell down there, and they had to go down there and help him.
How
back
far
up.
down is it to the floor?
40 feet.
Okay. Well, I'm inclined to start right here. We could go down the well, but well, it wouldn't be my first choice. I hate getting my boots wet. It takes so long for them to dry out.
I was just gonna send my little buddy here, and I'll point on my shoulder, and my bird will come up on my back.
Oh, great! Sure.
I'm
Let's
walk
do
over and
that
just
then.
poke the bird a little bit.
Be careful now. Be gentle.
Do I recognize what type of bird it is?
It looks like a toucan.
Oh.
That's not what the token looks like, but okay.
I don't know the name of it. I swear I had the name right and I forgot it. I completely forgot the kind of bird and the toucan was the first thing I thought of.
Where's your token?
The
It
bird
is definitely either a penguin or maybe
A puffin?
Puffin?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's
puffin.
definitely a little puffin.
There we go.
I think that's a puffin.
Those are
Okay.
they're flightless.
No, it's
This
literally
one
just an
flies.
owl. It's an owl reskin. So.
That's
um,
yeah, I can send him down there. Sploosh.
Pull up.
yeah, I'll let him float down, and I'll go blind and deaf and see through his eyes, and just kind of go into my shell so I can't be harmed while I'm doing this, and you'll see me kind of retreat into my shell.
Into the well.
Like I'm gonna retreat into my shell while the bird goes down into the well.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna look through his eyes to see if I can get a better sense when he's on the water surface of what the light is.
Very good. Okay. Let me take care of a few things here.
Alright.
Oops.
Probably should have mentioned as well, I am currently doing the Furbolg thing where I'm just, a normal height.
Okay.
They have a disguise self thing where they're just like,
Yeah, yeah.
they fit into society.
All right,
The
Jesse.
thing I'm familiar.
I think I can just bring
Norman
you
does
over
all
to
that.
this
Oh.
map. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here, Jesse, bringing you over. And you should have access to your bird.
Oh yeah. So when he's on the water, this is all above water? Oh.
I would say you are not in the water. I'd imagine you're still like kind of like
Floating down.
slowly floating down. But yes, there is a large pool of water. It seems to be fed from somewhere in the wall to either the south or west. Well, yeah, south or west. Then there is like a little bit of a ledge right up here. and there's just a lot of like overgrowth. But you are noticing that there is the light seems to be coming from this overgrowth. Maybe something related to the mushrooms. Like you can definitely see there's like some mushrooms down here. But yeah, definitely see the light seems to be coming from this plant life.
So you guys will just hear me like talking out of my shell, describing how there's definitely a path and something down here. It looks like mushrooms of sorts. I can't see the light particularly, but it looks like it's coming from the plant life. So this is a way we could go.
And yes, there is a pathway that goes down.
Yes.
Could you bring back one of the mushrooms?
I cannot hear anything you're saying, by the way.
Yeah,
Damn it. All right.
just completely blind deaf.
It's looking like there's a way to go if we wanted to go this way.
Norbin is just gonna like knock on the shell, see if he can get his attention for a second.
Morse code on the shell.
Yeah.
Come on back up, Ace. And then I'll go out of his vision.
You stole my bird name.
And I'll pop out of the shell. Huh? Yes?
Could you get Ace to bring back one of those mushrooms?
Oh, yeah, sure. And I'll just telepathically tell Ace to grab a mushroom if possible. And he will fly down to one safely, hopefully.
All right.
Hopefully they're not carnivorous mushrooms.
That's what I want to find out.
Oh, wait.
Well, I not in that the bird will get killed by a mushroom, but that it'll bring it back and we'll be able to examine it. Although if a mushroom instantly kills the bird, that also answers our question.
That would be unfortunate. But okay, so you go down with your bird, and yeah, you can see where these light sources are now that you're like into the grass, into the moss and whatnot. So as you reach down, you grab a hold of one of these mushrooms, which seems to be attached to like a vine of some sort. But as you like tug on it, it doesn't seem like it wants to pull off.
Okay, I'll call him back and then pop out of my shell again. Ace is not strong enough to... They seem to be very well grown.
Huh,
But
interesting.
there is a way down we could go. Can I just really quick get a sense of how deep the water is? Like if we drop down, is that a safe drop?
Your best guess is probably like 10 foot.
Yeah.
So you would most likely need a rope.
Okay, well, I'll tell him to come back, pop out of his vision, and just tell them it's not the safest thing to jump down, but there is a way down if we want to go this direction.
Okay.
Not a rope.
Yeah, also have rope. Based on his description, would Norbin have any idea what those plants are?
I can talk to them and ask when to pop off.
I can't. Although I could tell if they were poisonous. I could.
Based on that description, neither of you are proficient in nature.
Mushrooms
I know.
On the way.
vines.
Yeah. I would just say like you're based on your travels, both of you, you'd be aware that there are some plant life out there that gives off light. It's not like bright light. It's not like a torch and a flower type of thing. It is just like a dim light. So like a but usually that means like don't eat it, but it doesn't actually mean like it's super dangerous.
It usually don't eat it otherwise and face the wrath of a bad trip.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're not going spelunking for snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, usually it has like substance on it that then gets onto you, and it's not good. I mean, it wouldn't kill you, but it's just it just gets everywhere, like sand.
My inclination is to go down the sinkhole because it leads directly into the structure, whereas the like basement or
Return.
well would be a more roundabout route.
There did look to be a path down, like past the well, but I would agree that going through the dry path is probably for the better.
I want to at least check the basement and see how much has sort of caved in. See how bad the damage is.
Sure, let's go take a look.
All right. Yeah, the guide will. It's just one of the employees there, but he'll take you down to the storage room, and you would see that there's just like a bunch of like bookshelves and other storage shelves in there, some crates and chests and whatnot. But from what it looks like whatever damage was caused in the ground. About 40 feet away, doesn't seem to have fully affected this. It doesn't seem to have reached this far.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let me look at character sheets again real quick.
Mm-hmm. There's a very good chance you whacked her forehead against the door frame when she was walking down.
Yeah, it's possible. It's a tight space. I mean, it's a newer church, so it's a bit better than the old ones, but
Maybe it's verbal compliant.
yeah, I would say one obvious thing that you guys would all notice is I mean, the stone structure that's down here isn't the same stone structure that is in inside the church. It does like the type of stone used does remind you of how the well was put together.
Okay.
So this was
yeah.
older structure that they just built on?
Correct. That would be knowledge that you guys already had. Is that it was built on an old ruin.
And can I ascertain who built that older ruin?
No. Well, let me look. Look at your thing again.
Yeah.
So what I would say to you is yes and no. Okay. So what has happened down here is because they've put in storage, there was things that they did to the walls. It seems like they've maybe repaired some damage, maybe strengthened the walls a little bit. But the rock, as far as in the well and the rock that's exposed here, the stone that's exposed here, it does look like it was dwarven made.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, shall we head back outside and go down a sinkhole?
That seems like the safest option.
Great.
We can do that.
All right. No, yeah, Norbin's very excited. Like, gonna go ahead. He's pulling rope and all the necessary climbing accoutrement out of his bag and anchoring
Please
it
don't
all,
run.
getting it all set up.
Can only keep up so much.
Do you need me to carry you?
Oh no.
So it would require you guys to rope down probably, but there are things that you could secure your rope to be able to climb down.
Usually there's pittons in these. Sometimes, maybe. Thank you.
I'm very prepared for this.
That's one way to do it.
You think
All right.
it'd hurt if we just jumped?
Before we go down there, have you guys worked together before? And I ask that I'm gonna need to step away for like a minute or two. So have you guys work together? If not, feel free to talk amongst
Just
yourselves.
vamp for a few minutes. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Norman will look down the side. It's like, I mean, it wouldn't kill you, but your ankles wouldn't thank you if you made a drop that far. I'd recommend the rope.
I was just gonna go into my shell and roll down.
Right, but I mean, we're on a bit of a lip. You see there and there, so I think if you tried to roll, you'd still just fall the full distance.
Yes, but I don't think it wouldn't hurt as much, right?
It wouldn't hurt as much, but it would still hurt some. I think if the options are getting hurt a little bit or getting hurt not at all, I'm going to choose not at all pretty much every time.
Oh, okay.
I mean, who knows what we're going to run into down there? I'm hoping maybe there will be some ruins, maybe some artifacts. Ooh, or there could be some old writing, some engravings and inscriptions that could tell us some things about what this place used to be. That would all be great, but there might be something dangerous as well. So it's probably best if we're at full strength as we go in.
Oh, like undead or monsters. Yeah, that could happen.
Could. I hope it doesn't. I don't really like fighting all that much.
It's okay.
Well, I mean, you certainly look like you can take a hit with that suit of armor. I tend to prefer to sneak up on things a little bit more. Norman will just kind of show off his longbow and fight at range,
Kind of
She'll look
sucks
down at herself.
going underground. Not sure how much distance you'll get with that bow.
Actually, tunnels aren't too bad. I mean, it's closer quarters, but they're also confined, so it's pretty hard to miss if you're shooting down a straight hallway.
That is true. This hallway I did see was pretty long and straight. That could work. I'll just stay behind you then, so I don't get in your way.
And both of you can stay behind me.
Sure, I wouldn't get in your way. And, well, that bird you popped out earlier, that was a familiar, so I take it you're some kind of magic type?
Yes, I've got a nice long staff with a gold ring attached to it at the top. I dabble. I'm trying to learn as much as I can, and maybe somebody down there will teach me something new.
Oh,
I can do a little magic.
yeah, so can I. It's mostly just for spotting things, though. Oh, there's one spell. I could never get the hang of it, but it seems like it might be useful in here with the sinkhole and everything. Featherfall. Can you do that one?
No, see, that's why we have rope.
No, I've heard
I can't
Featherfall is
do-
very useful.
I can't do that one either.
Okay, I forget half my spell list.
I know, I'm having to look at
You
mine.
have a spell list.
Hmm?
You have a nice spell list as a ranger?
I specifically took a whole bunch of utility focused options on this character. So, in addition to ranger spells, I have detect magic, detect poison and disease, see invisibility. I can cast disguise self, which is kind of hilarious. And then I also have speak with animals and good old cure wounds and hunter's mark.
Yeah, I've got cure wounds. Furbolg automatically get detect magic at will. They get that once a day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, once a day, yeah. Same.
So B.E.A.R.D was very nice that because I also got it as a class, always prepared, I was able to swap that out for Entangle.
Oh, that's fun.
I also have, ceremony if you two would like to get married.
I won't say never, but it is the first day we've met, so that might be a little premature.
I'm not one to move quickly.
She's gonna stare and there's cogs moving in her head, just trying to figure out what's going on. And then it finally clicks and, oh, I get it.
All right, so you guys are making your way down in the hole, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure I'm the last one to go.
All right. Well, I'll just put you all into the hole.
I'll be
Yeah,
the
no-
first one to go since I can. I'm sturdy.
Yeah, Norbin would be keeping an eye out
And
the whole way.
okay.
Loading.
Oh, all right, here we go. Oh, this is a
So
tiny room.
there
Okay.
is
Oh, this is tiny.
there
hole.
is some light. There is some light coming from the surface. So
Cool.
you get that. It appears to be two doors, one on the left, one on the right side of the room. A bit of a hallway up to the north, and then yeah, a lot of dirt in this room. You can see the footprints of the workers that came down here. But yeah, if this place is dangerous, this was probably the best room to fall in because it doesn't seem like there's anything here.
Okay. Before we go further, can you two see in the dark, or is that going to be an issue?
Oh, I'll just
Torches.
tap my staff, and then my gold ring will glow as I use the light cantrip to activate the ring on my staff.
Oh. Oh, that's useful.
Can you cover that if you have to?
I can put it out, and I just shake my staff back and forth, and
Okay, that should be fine.
Oh, how about this? And I'll take a pouch that I've got and just put it over the staff.
I only got to reach up and take it off and on every time. I can just turn the spell off. It's easier.
I tend to do better if I can hide in shadows, but I'm sure it won't be a big deal. This place seems fun. Which way first? I think we should go left.
That's one of the options.
All right. So there's one. You know what? You can see my cursor. There's one here, door here, one up here. Is there any more that I'm missing?
That's all we can see. Are there any
That's-
hidden doors
This is
or
all
passageways
you can
that
see.
Yeah.
are
that's
not
all.
immediately apparent?
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, all you can see are these those two doors. But Norbin, as you look up, there is a cave-in up to the north.
Okay. So
Does it
all right.
look
Looks
like
like that was blocked off.
Yeah, there's a bunch of rocks on the ground. The rocks do look I mean the rocks. The cave-in that you experienced, that you see, I mean there's no rocks on the ground, just dirt that is just falling
Yeah.
through.
Okay, so based on where we are, which direction would the church be in, and which direction would the well be in relative to our current location?
North for the well, up
Okay.
in this
Okay.
up in this area, and then church would be down to the south, southeast.
Okay.
Southeast, northwest.
All right, so we're like
Right.
flipped from the city map. Okay, cool. Well, any objections to going left?
That works.
Nope.
All right.
right.
I guess I'll
This
just
is
quickly.
It's a wooden door. Looks pretty sturdy. Looks pretty thick. It doesn't seem, just off the cuff, that it has been used in a very long time. It almost looks like the hinges little rusty there.
I'll do the quick look for traps and then see if I can open it.
Okay.
Is the floor-
Remind me, you've got thieves' tools or no?
I could. I don't have proficiency in them though. That's like
Okay.
a 2 or 3 levels from now thing. But yeah, we'll say I have the set.
So it based on it, there's not even a locking mechanism on it. There is a handle that does look like it can be turned, but you don't see the keyholes. But yeah, as far as you can tell, we'll just base it on passive perception. You're not noticing anything on the ground that looks like anything's attached to the door. Ceiling as well. There's no holes on the handle for anything to pop out. It looks
Okay.
safe.
Well, then reach out and open the door.
Creaks a bit again. based on the rust. It hasn't been used in a while, so when you do open it, it does creak slightly.
Okay. I guess that the door's making noise. I don't have to worry too much about being sneaky. So yeah, just go see what we
Hallway
see.
to the left, so straight in front of you. But then also you see that there was another path going north.
Is the ground like dirt or tiled stone?
Tiled stone, but the dirt is from the sinkhole.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
And as we're going, Norbin is just going to be sketching out our route. All right. It goes left again. Try and be a little bit quiet and just peek around this corner.
Oh, it's a corner. I'm smart.
Oh, there's so many corners.
Yeah,
Oh no.
It's another corner, yeah.
Would you like to?
Ahead?
Would you like to be in the middle, Mr. Turtle?
Oh no. Oh, what if something comes behind us? Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go in the middle.
Okay.
These corners are down, or corridors? Yeah, corridors are downright serpentine. Peek. Oh my god. Yeah. I hate this.
Real quick, before we continue to move forward,
Thank you.
let me bring you guys back.
Okay.
Feel free to go slow. We're gonna use like standard dungeon crawl times. So theoretically, you guys, unless you die, you're gonna be here for about 4 or 5 hours before you'd probably like call it a day and head back to safety.
Yeah.
So you've got all the time in the world. There's no rush. But I'd say Norbin, with your passive perception. Let me get that again. Yeah, it's pretty high.
It is
you
quite
would
high.
notice that
There we go.
where's my notes? There we go. Left side in between you two. So if you were like right here, the wall changes slightly. There it seems to be like a different pattern to it. It's almost like a lot smoother than the rest of the walls you've seen so far in this hallway.
Okay. Yeah, you two are going to see Norbin get really excited for a second, turn back around, like pointing at the wall. Secret tunnel! Secret tunnel! And he's going to start like feeling around, trying to figure out if this is indeed a secret tunnel and how it opens.
She's just gonna throw her arms up and secret tunnel, secret tunnel.
Roll me an investigation, please.
Really need this character to be like level 6, and it rounds out all the proficiencies I don't currently have.
20.
Hey,
All
20.
right. You feel around this wall. You're looking it over. Definitely does seem like there's a panel of some kind here. Again, like it's just an oddly shaped piece of the wall. But you are going to notice there is a panel that seems to be about knee high for you.
Okay.
And it does look like it can be pushed in, but when you're looking at it, it like you're gonna notice, like, yes, it can be pushed in, but you're gonna notice like a really small hole in the center of this panel.
Okay. Like a keyhole, or like a dart shoots out of it into your shins hole?
Circle. It's just a straight circle.
Okay. I will. I'll point
not
this.
big enough for a dart. It's not big enough. For a
Okay.
dart.
Oh, so it's like very small. All right. I'll point this out to the other two.
You want me to push it with my staff?
Sure. Yeah, that seems like it might be a good idea. Let me get out of the way here.
And I'll just... From here, can I reach where he was pointing to and push in?
Yeah, you're using your staff.
Yeah. I'm kind of like half in my shell as I do this, like kind of cowering into it as I reach down and...
Would you like me to block you with my shield?
Oh no, I got it.
Okay. With your staff, you've got the reach. So, yeah, you apply pressure to this this panel. Doesn't seem to budge quite as much as you're hoping. You put a little bit more pressure on it, and when you do, you hear a click, and it startles you a bit, maybe causing you to kind of go in your
My
shell
head
just
disappears.
slightly. But yeah, you hear a click and a ooh sound, and Norbin, you would notice that in where that hole was in the center of the panel, there is now a needle sticking out, like a little, really thin circular dagger type device.
We done found a trap.
Oh, this is not a safe place.
Okay.
But you did hear a click, and you did
Yeah.
hear another sound. If this is a door, it's probably something you would push.
Yeah. So can Norbin just use some cloth so he's not touching it directly, and remove the needle? Or is it like super jammed in there?
It seems to be embedded in there. There's something on the other side that's holding it in place.
Okay.
It would take some time to try and finagle it out, but
Yeah.
but yeah, it
He'll
seems
just-
like it's it's a defensive.
It's stomp it so it's not like, so it bends down so we don't accidentally get stuck on it, and then push to open the door.
Okay. And it opens this panel of the wall. It is made out of stone, but it's made out of a much thinner stone, and it just swings off to the left, and it appears to be some kind of closet, but not really. I mean, it's very obvious just based on what you saw with that door that the opposite side also is the same type of structure, same type of work.
Okay.
But how to open it
So-
from this side probably is something you can probably push.
Yeah. Oh, so it is like a 5x5. And is there anything in here, or is it just an empty cubicle?
It's an empty room. There's a lot of dust on the ground. You're not noticing any foot traffic.
That's weird. Okay. And you said, sorry, the opposite side looks the same. So, like, as in the inside of this, like the wall looked the same, or as in the opposite side of the corridor I'm standing in is also a door?
No. Inside this 5x5, the opposite wall looks to have that same kind of structure.
Oh, so it's like a double. Oh, so it's a double door.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I repeat that series of operations and then open this as a second door?
Well, on this side, now that you've walked in and kind of inspected, you don't see a panel, but you do see the device that was probably controlling the other one. But you can't see it because it's on the back of the door, which is now flush up against the wall. But there is another device. Just you're seeing the opposite side, like the clockwork side.
Okay, so so this would be like maybe a convenient exit if we're on the far side of it. Can I disable the device?
I think your best guess, based on this, is that this was a secret passage that you could go both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Either to exit from here and go out the other side, or come from the other side to exit out to here.
Yeah.
But you aren't seeing any kind of like there's no panel on this side. It might be pull, it might be push.
Smash it.
We could.
Actually, let me take that back. Based on that, on your investigation roll from before, we'll say you do see grooves on the floor that this door does open into the room. So
Okay.
it would be pool.
Can I? All right. can we try and like disengage the whatever locking mechanism it had in the same way that the one we've already opened disengaged and pull it open?
Yeah, it seems pretty fragile, pretty old. Yeah, you can definitely see, like you can just kind of pull it apart, maybe.
Okay. Yeah,
You
I do have a
have-
crowbar to lever things
Okay.
if need be.
I was going to ask
Yeah,
if you had
okay.
a crowbar.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
with
almost
crowbar
every-
you can definitely dislodge it, deactivate
Great.
it.
Yeah. Pop it open and see what's on the other side.
Okay. And as you pull it open, you're going to
Ooh.
notice that there are shelves that are kind of pushed up against this wall. Some shelves on the opposite side as well. These shelves appear to be like they don't have backing. It kind of reminds you of the weapon racks that you've got in the Adventurers Guild.
Like open
Okay.
storage stuff.
Also,
Hmm.
yeah,
Like
but
floating shelves.
yeah, but they're mostly empty. You do see across the way there are two spears, but they're pretty rotten
Okay.
from what you can see. They look old. They look like kind of warped a bit.
All right.
One spearhead is just kind of like dangling off the top.
Of course.
You like to go before
Very-
me, Mr. Turtle?
No, no. After that incident, I'm perfectly fine going in the rear.
Just
So you
real
think
quietly
these
poke into the room for
well,
view.
yeah, so real quick.
Yep.
So these storage things, which is right here.
Oh, they're
You would
blocking.
have
Okay.
to climb. You would have to climb over. You could push them away, but there would be. I would say for all of you, it'd probably make more sense to try and push them away.
Yeah.
Rather than
Do
trying
you
to
want
climb
to just go down this other path and come back to this instead of making a lot of noise?
I don't think there's anything down here, and this room seems really cool. I mean, everything else is just corridors. This is, I mean, there's stuff. We should go look at the stuff, I think.
Wrong. I can push it.
No, we can just slide them out of the way. They seem pretty rotted. I mean, dry wood is light wood. Here,
All right.
this will help. And Norbin will pull a crowbar out of his bag and hand it to our strong, furbolg-looking friend.
Perfect. And I'll go in and try to do just that.
Okay. Yeah. Once you get the crowbar in your hand and you start to figure out where to put it, you're not really seeing like a good spot, but you put your hand on one of the racks to kind of test its strength.
Mhm.
And it doesn't seem like it's connected to the wall at all. So it is probably something you can just move to the side.
Cool. And I'll do.
Yeah,
But
it's
it definitely
literally
doesn't
just
seem
a
strong
standing
enough
shelf.
to
We just
climb
like
over.
pick it up and shuffle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem strong enough to hold anyone. It seems rather brittle as you start to move it.
We've found IKEA furniture.
Oh, yes.
Who's IKEA?
Okay.
Oh, that was a tribe that lived a few miles south of us.
Let's keep
Alright.
moving.
Yep.
Should I close this door behind us, or?
I can't see. Oh, there it is.
No, I think we should leave the doors open.
We should definitely leave them open.
Yeah. Okay, so we saw the two spears, and then there's nothing else on any of the shelves in this room, just those rotten old
Well,
spears.
they're not shelves; they're racks. The
racks,
So
sorry,
it's they're definitely weapon racks now that you're on this side. You can tell.
Okay.
They're the whole different things. You can see the spears. The spears look in rough shape. But just passively looking around, you don't really see anything other than there's a door going to the south and a door going to the north.
Yep. Well, south. This looks like it was some kind of armory. armories are usually attached to barracks, but why would there be an armory under the city? What could this have been? Oh, this is exciting. All right, let's go further. And if no one has any objections, I'm gonna give this door a quick once over, and then if there's no issues, open it up, same as we did previous.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, just based on the door, again, it doesn't seem to have a lock on it. Actually, no, this one does have a lock on it. I'm sorry, it has a keyhole in it. Whether or not it's locked is to be determined. But made with the same type of wood as the other strong door that you went through, which seems pretty standard. But feel free to attempt to open it. It opens. Before you step in, you're going to notice some things right off the bat. One, there is a lot of dirt on the ground in here. You see a lot of appears to be mushrooms, and maybe there's like a circular structure that's kind of covered in dirt. Looks like maybe it might have been a fountain at one time. Just okay. Basic design.
So circular as really... in...
From here, can I just mold earth and clear the dirt from whatever the thing in the middle of the room is?
Yeah, circular as in it's jutting up, or circular as in it's in the ground?
It's jutting up.
Like, is there... Okay, so there's a ledge. Okay.
Choose a portion of dirt or stone that you can see within range. Blah, 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 blah. Give me... Yeah, you can move that. You can move that dirt to the side.
Knock my staff down and
you could make pit traps in an instant.
Oh yeah, I was gonna use it as like making cover. 5 foot. Oh, I'm just gonna tap my staff down and have all the dirt fall to the side. Make a nice, neat little pile so we can see whatever this is. There you go.
Nice. Are these the same mushrooms that you saw earlier?
Fountain.
Sorry. Okay.
I'll take the rear.
Fuck, I don't trust plant life.
Based on that question, Trill, no, these are different mushrooms.
Oh.
The mushrooms that you saw were like
glowing
with moss and a lot of like greenery. These are more of your standard forest type mushrooms that they're just kind of growing with mold and...
Would I recognize these as benign, or are they potentially dangerous?
Well, you're gonna need to actually step in a room and like investigate. Okay. I would say you wouldn't be able to know just from standing in the hallway.
Okay. Do I know now?
Oh, come on, it's just mushrooms.
All right. Bright light shines in this room. And yeah, you can see that, these are standard fare mushrooms, stuff that you would see in the woods. However, as you guys enter into just right about where Trill is right now, the mushroom in the corner is starting to vibrate and throb back and forth. It seems to be affected by the light.
Cover the light, cover the light, cover the light.
Tap my staff down and turn the light off, and I'll just go blind for a minute. I can't see now.
Okay. Did the mushroom stop?
They're still moving. I saw you move out of the room. Was that intentional?
Yeah, a little bit. But I'm gonna step back forward. I'm gonna grab the back of a shell and I'm gonna guide him back out of the room. Because I don't trust anything that reacts to light. That's not okay. Maximum paranoia. So yeah, I'll just guide Trill backwards out of the room.
So I'm going up.
Yeah. Yeah, up. And Yeah, you
stepped into the room, so it's just a matter of just we're all
Yeah,
colliding into each other.
It's fine. Norbin can see everything in here, so Trill go up 2, and then to your left 2, and then same thing for Lark.
Clover.
His character name Clover. Thank you. Sorry.
Well, oh, okay.
You can turn your light back on now. It should be safe here.
Are you gonna close the door or leave it open?
Yeah, I think we'll close it.
It's just a mushroom. Why don't we just burn it?
We could. That plants that react to light, that's not something I have a lot of experience with, but it seems like it could be dangerous.
Where did you spend the majority of your time as Ranger?
On an island dealing with weird stuff. I would say his experience is like there's more so forests than caves.
Okay.
It would have been like mostly coastal, a little bit of forest, a little bit of mountain terrain. And then like the crazy wizard who owned the island just, building things.
Crazy wizard.
Yeah, you've never experienced anything like that. You've never experienced anything like that before. Just because there's usually constant light in some fashion throughout the day.
Did not mean to move. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust it. It's weird. If you want to go in there and blast it with fire, be my guest, I suppose.
I can talk to it.
Or you could talk to it.
I can tell it not to attack us.
You want
I don't
to do
know
that?
if it'll be nice, but I can try.
Go for it.
Yeah, I see no harm in trying. This could be interesting. I've never talked to a mushroom before.
I'm just going to step in behind you so you can see a little bit and hope it doesn't react when I take one more step.
Got speech of beast and leaf, which is a thing that Furbolg have, that I can just communicate with beasts and plants. They can understand the meaning of my words, but they have no special ability. But I have no special ability to understand them in return.
So you can't even listen to it.
Exactly.
Just tell it we're just going to pass?
Look, she's not smart.
Bad guy, probably? Oh, no.
Oh.
Hello, Mr. Mushroom or Miss Mushroom. We're just passing through. We're not going to hurt you.
All right. With the light source, you can still see it throbbing, but as soon as you wrap up your sentence or two of communication, you start to hear the low sound of it. It's like it's like slowly getting louder and louder, and eventually, like it just
like
stops.
A normal mushroom.
It just stops.
Oh, okay.
And then it shrieks.
God damn it.
So loudly, like a siren.
Oh, I hate these things.
How did I just use these against you when I forgot about them?
And it just echoes throughout the room that you're in right now. This is like a massive sound that seems to it's just a small medium-sized mushroom. It's like a mushroom pack.
Big mushroom.
All right, Moldorth again. I'm gonna push the dirt pile over top of it and try and bury it. See if that quiets it down.
Muffles the sound for sure. But
I think we just move on and close the doors behind us and in front of us.
I'm so tempted to just kill it.
I mean, you could stab into the dirt pile if you like.
We should just move on.
Is it the thing in the middle? Is that what it?
No, it's this one down in the corner.
Down in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm just gonna close this door behind us. I forgot my little buddy.
Norman's just gonna go across. Yeah, take a second to check this door, and if it's okay, try and open it.
It appears to be unlocked.
Great. Moving through. And getting ready to close the door.
Go ahead of me, Mr. Turtle.
So kind.
And I'll close the door behind me.
Yeah.
Do we hear it still with that door closed? Is it like...
Yes,
Stopping the sound?
it is muffled,
Oh,
muffled with the door, muffled with the dirt, but it is still present. It's as if someone's on the other side of the door, just yelling.
Okay, if Norbin spots another one of those, he's just gonna shoot it immediately, I think. All right. Do we see anything in this room, or is it as empty as it appears on the map?
It is an empty room. Yeah. Doesn't look like really anything's in here. There's a lot of dust.
we look for other secret
but yeah,
doors
no
like the one you
sign.
found.
No sign of anything being in here.
Okay.
And there is a door to the bottom right.
Yep. All right.
While he's
I'll go.
working his magic to like open these doors safely, can I just like look around the walls to look for another hole like I blocked with my staff earlier to indicate another door?
Sure.
Clover's just wandering aimlessly like a child. Bored.
We've been in this room for 8 seconds.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
And I'm just gonna go around all the walls and look for a hole while he gets the door open.
All right.
Okay.
And then Norbin, there
Yep.
is another. There's another door here. It has a keyhole. Has a bit of a knob on it to turn. But as you look around, again, you're not seeing anything that looks like a needle trap like you saw before. Doesn't seem like it's trapped at all. But you start to kind of turn the handle just to kind of get an idea. And you're pretty confident that this door is locked.
Okay.
Is everything okay?
Can
Mr. Elf?
Yep. Well, this door seems to be locked, so I'm gonna try and unlock it, which is new for me. So we'll see how this goes.
She's just gonna
Right.
blink and slowly hold up her battle axe.
That might be option 2. Yes.
I mean, the doors are old. It shouldn't be hard to get through them.
She
Yeah.
just grins widely.
Can I attempt to use Thieves' Tool Sans proficiency to open this thing?
Yes, Trill. You are looking for a similar pattern in the wall. Any like raised areas?
Oh,
like
it's a
panel,
hole,
not,
yeah.
Not seeing it. Nothing.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my eye out for those. I don't want to get poked by a needle.
So you stick the thieves' tools in a little door unlocker piece to it, and as soon as it like connects with something, you hear the click that it's been unlocked. So either this was really old, or just a sad excuse for a lock. But it seemed to be super easy for you, so I mean.
Or
that's a
maybe I'm
plus.
just a natural.
Really good at that.
I don't know if you've seen Lockpicking Lawyer, if most locks are sad excuses for locks.
It's true. They are. All right. Well, then, yeah, if there's no danger present and the door was easily unlocked, then Norbin will open the door.
Oh.
So I'm sure you'll get to smash something soon. If we see another one of those screaming mushrooms, I think we're going to have to kill it. Because anything else that's in the area is going to get drawn to that kind of noise, and that's how you get in trouble.
As you said, I'm just turning around looking at the other door.
Yeah, you open up the door. Seems like there's a hallway. There's a hallway going up to the north, hallway going to the east, and another one going to the north here.
All right. Anything secret door-esque in here, or is it just plain corridors again?
This little nook
Interesting.
does seem oddly placed. But I would say it does seem smooth like the other secret door that you saw. But no locking mechanism whatsoever. It's just a flat. Like a lot of the stone walls are like tiered. This is not like tiered is in like block on top of block on top of block. This is just a smooth flat flat area.
Okay.
But you aren't seeing
Yeah.
any grooves on the ground. So if it is a secret door, it'd have to push in.
Okay. So yeah, I'd point at the corridor.
As in away from you.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I think that leads back where we started. And I think there's another door here. It looks a bit different from the last one, though. I don't know. I'm just going to try pushing on it. And yeah, step in and try pushing.
Interesting.
Does not
Let's do that
budge.
Okay. Do you want to try pushing?
I can push. I can push. I'm gonna pull first.
Oh, it's a
Nothing to
flat
pull,
wall,
nothing
isn't
to
it?
hold
Oh, it's a flat wall.
Deploy
So
suction cup.
you get your shoulder, up in there, and you try to push. It doesn't budge.
Okay.
Huh.
Everything's stone here, right? There's no dirt.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all stone.
Correct.
These were pretty
Like-
thin, though. I mean,
Blink, blink. Take out battle axe.
yeah, that might work. Wait. This might work
Keeps
better.
going.
I'm going to hand her a hammer.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
or maybe this, and I'll also pull out a miner's pick.
Okay.
Your choice.
Okay.
She'll take the miner's pick.
I might have
This is what
overprepared for
happens
this.
when you give us a random dead end.
Well, there's still a corridor up here, but I mean, fuck it. Also, our wizard's wandering off, and he's going to die. Can you please don't die? Just going to shout down the corridor.
Would you like to
Oh.
check that way first, Mr. Turtle?
No, it's a long path. It would take a while to get down it.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, see if you can,
And
I guess, smash through. Is it, sorry, Beard, is it here or here that we're seeing the secret door? Or what
Or
we suspect is
here.
the secret door?
On the east side. East side.
side. Okay, so just then I'm gonna give it a solid whack.
Kool-Aid
with the
Man,
miner's
yeah.
pick.
Where are you positioning this whack?
Straight in the middle, right in front of my face. Like the most natural spot.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me athletics.
Okay. Normal. 17.
Nice.
So you get a good crack at it, and yes, it does appear to be thin. You can see a lot of like the rock giving away on either side as you crush into it. You do notice that as you do that, as you make a solid hit on it, you can make out the lines on the exterior of it of where this panel is. So that shook off a lot of like dust and dirt and oldness. So there definitely is a panel of some sort here. You think it would take probably about a minute to fully break through. It's up to you whether or not you want to take that minute to do so.
Can I
Mr.
just-
Elf, there's cracks in it.
Yeah, I think, okay, sorry, we should have just dusted this first. That's my mistake. Now I'll know that next time. This panel looks the same as the other ones. So we're just avoiding any needle spot that exists, depress the panel and see if that unlocks it, and we can just push the door
No,
open like we had
no.
previously.
Sorry.
Oh, no?
There's not a panel. You see the lines of where this door is, which isn't
Oh.
like fully flush with like the corners. It's like kind of in a few inches, but you can definitely see where those lines are.
It's
Oh,
like
okay.
in some auditoriums that have the stage doors that blend in with the wall.
Can I just like knock on it, looking like trying to hear for differences in sound to see if there is a similar like spot to depress like with the previous ones?
From what you can tell, it is absolutely smooth, except for now where those cracks are,
Okay.
and where the gouge is where the pick hit.
Nope. If we want to go through, I think we're just gonna have to smash it. I can't figure out how to open it.
Okay.
Have fun.
just gonna beat the shit out, or excuse me, the
What if
crap out
this
of it.
door doesn't open for a reason?
It could be, but
So again, it's going to take about a minute for you to break through it. You think?
I'm
you
fine with
said
that.
we have all the
All
time
right,
in the world.
I'm just gonna check the next hallway, okay?
And I'll take a glance, but let's not get separated.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Too far,
one
just in
more
case.
step. Just want to see what's at the end of the next hallway.
It does look like there's a bit of a cave-in up here to the north, but there is
Cave-ins.
enough space to move through. It looks like maybe the hallway continues going to the left.
Okay. I'd love to
Well,
go to the left.
no, I'm technically a medium. Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
I could clear the rubble.
It seems like we have lots of ways for it, so.
I'm like 9 feet. I'm technically a medium.
You're not through yet? Come on, I docked that whole hallway and back.
So you have been just striking this wall with the pick. Again, it was going to take you about a minute. The last strike, you puncture through, and as you pull back, some of that rock comes back, and you've got like a little peephole through. You can't see anything until your friends come back with the light.
Oh, yes, sorry.
And say you pull some more rocks to the side. But you see a storage room.
Storage
See a lot of
room.
shelves in there, and Clover, you feel like you've seen this room before.
Oh, did we just
This is-
punch into the
this
church
is the
basement?
church
We
basement.
punched into the church basement. Whoops.
Whoops!
We were never here.
Oh,
Cover it up, cover it up! No, it's fine.
she's gonna do a little prayer. Just let the enter. I'm so sorry.
It
how
would
in
take
the
you
back?
a little bit to climb through there, but yes, you could enter in. There's a
It's
ladder
fine.
going
They'll-
up that's got a trapdoor.
It's okay. They should understand. Oh, you know what? We've already done the damage we can. Norbert's just gonna go to the ladder and he's gonna shout up, "Hello, is anyone there?"
It takes about 10 seconds, but you do hear some movement. The ceiling is actually wood right here. So you hear some walking. But eventually like after, I don't know, like 10-15 seconds, the hatch opens, and the same person who was outside with you looks down.
Hi. Turns out that there's ruins down here for sure. Corridors, storage. We found weapons racks, so some kind of barracks, I think, at some point. Screaming mushrooms. It's very cool. We thought we found a secret door. Turns out it was the exterior wall to the storage room. So this connects to that now. You might want to just seal it up or post a guard or anything. We haven't found anything dangerous yet, but just in case, you know? All right, great. We're going to go back to it. Thanks. Bye. And he's just going to head back to the tunnel.
Sorry, I'll do church service for the next week.
Okay, there's definitely a cave-in up ahead.
Why are you in front? I'm just going to scooch.
I'm just you literally have to pass me. I'm just.
Are you in front?
Scooch past Lizard.
He said there's nothing to fear.
So far, but I'm just so excited to see what's next.
If I have to, I'll mold
It
this.
takes a little bit to you can squeeze through. It's a tight space, but yeah, you can squeze through.
All right.
I bet it's
I
tight for me, especially. Oh boy.
Push! Give me a push!
My God.
Sorry.
And
We need to grease
you are
up our
met-
toilet.
You are met with another wooden door. This
Okay.
one also has a keyhole to it. Same general handle.
All right. Yeah, same procedure. If it seems safe, then open it.
Seems safe when you open
Yep.
it.
Great. I clicked it. Sorry. Okay. And
In
just
this
again,
room-
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, let's go ahead and move you in. So,
Okay.
well, you can sit at the door if you'd like. You can.
Hmm.
There is what appears to be a very
Gosh.
old desk.
ooh.
On top of the
Okay.
desk, there appears to be what looks like a little glass jar, maybe an old inkwell.
This is the nice place.
And
You
there
disable
are
train
some
controls?
there
Sorry.
are some I might have, I don't know, but there are some storage shelves in here, but nothing on them from what you can see. The desk doesn't have any drawers to it. It's just a flat top with some legs.
Okay.
But yeah, it does look like there are some shelves here. On a bookshelf in this corner, on the bottom left corner, there is. You didn't move there because there's a shelf there.
Oh.
Give me a second. So in this bottom corner, there is a shelf that's kind of been. It looks like it's been busted. Like the shelves have kind of fallen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this looks like maybe was some kind of like office or writing room or. No.
Okay, so
For
we
any
have
books.
desk, shelves, no drawers. Yeah, are there books, papers, anything at all in this room?
Roll me perception. Everyone roll me perception. And we'll probably use this roll for a few rooms moving forward.
That's better.
That's a great roll.
17, 21.
I only rolled.
Ooh, that's
17,
a 6.
6. Okay, so very good. All right. So, Norbin and Trill, you look at these shelves. You're not. It looks like whatever was here, mostly, has been taken. Which again seems kind of weird because from what you can see, like there hasn't been any activity down here. The sinkhole just opened up. You're unaware of any reports of anyone going through the church basement to enter in. So it seems kind of odd, but it seems like anything that was in here was taken. But you are looking at that shelf that's been kind of busted. It's like falling over. Some of the shelves are stacked. And you do notice there are some pieces of leather in there. They do look like there's maybe some old books there. But again, just looking at them from a 5-foot distance, you can see the cracking of the leather. Very old, probably very brittle. And your experience as an archaeologist would suggest that you'd have to be super delicate to take books out. Like if there's wood in here that is like the spears were rotting, like those shelves obviously that you're in front of are rotting and falling over. The books probably are in bad condition too.
Okay. So sorry, you said it seems like everything has been taken out of here. It seems like it's been taken out recently. Like there's not as much dust.
No, just in general. If there were things in this room, obviously it was taken out, but you're not seeing any signs of any activity down here, so it just seems odd.
Okay, so Norbin's assumption would be that it was like cleaned out before whoever was down here left. All right.
Yeah.
Can we?
With no weapons. With no weapons, you've got the desk and some shelves in here. It looks like some very old brittle books, maybe in the corner underneath some shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost it just gives you the vibe that it's been in that it was abandoned.
Okay. Without touching or interacting with them, is it possible to read anything on the books, like titles or like on the cover or on the spines, or like the name of an author, maybe?
No, they're blank.
All right.
Just cracked leather.
Okay. Are either of you two good with old books? I think we could move these, but we might damage them. It might be better to leave them and come back for them later with proper book preservation equipment. I don't know what that would be.
Out of character. I do museum work and I know how to do it, but Clover is so stupid that she doesn't, and it's hurting me.
Medicaid.
I feel like I might know, but I don't actually know. So you say it through me.
I've got a master's in this.
I know you don't touch them with your hands because like the oils will fuck them up, and like I'm sure you have to support the whole book, and there's something about light.
Yep.
All kinds of shit. But like, yeah, like we can't put them in a fucking vacuum tube or not vacuum tube, environmentally controlled box. I think we just leave them and come back for them later.
Acid free, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We don't really have books in the Starheart clan.
Oh, that's. I mean, I've read a fair number of books, but not anything this. I mean, old. At this point, I hesitate to even call it a book. It just feels like an artifact. And artifacts are quite delicate. And I prep for exploring this morning, so I don't have any kind of gear to deal with this.
Maybe, well, leather is just like skin, right? What if you like spritz some water on it and rehydrate it? Rehydrate's a big word that she would not know.
I think these have been down here. Actually, oh, that's hilarious. Do I have a sense for how long, like how old this place is? Based on my historical knowledge? B.E.A.R.D.
You might have had to step away.
He might have.
No, I'm here. I said.
Okay.
I said. Okay. Best. Well, let me read your feature again. Can you put that in chat?
It's still. Oh no, it's not still there. Sorry, chat has moved very slightly in the last hour.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Original purpose.
Correctly
It's
ascertain its
builders.
original purpose.
I
So
can
you know it's
determine the
dwarven
monetary value of
builders.
art. Yeah, objects that are more than a century old, which is
Monetary
hilarious.
value of art.
Yeah, it's so specific.
But only if it's over a century old.
Yeah,
Century
yeah,
old.
yeah, which is like a weird like radar for like, oh, this is more than 100 years old. I don't. Let me double check. I don't think I have any other relevant features.
Well, the cutoff for grave robbing and archaeology is 50 years.
Yeah.
So, so this doesn't specify that you would know the age, but there's a few things here. One is, it's definitely older than 20 years.
Yes. Okay.
Because they didn't. Well, I mean, they started building Hovedstad a year ago, so. But best guess, just based on age that you can see it, it's probably closer to 100, but you haven't really found anything to specify that. I think based on the fact that things are rotting, I mean, it is a bit damp in here in general. So it's, with the obviousness of the mushrooms and whatnot. But it's, but like overall, like it's not a bad atmosphere for things like this to be in. But I would say your best guess right now, without having found anything that could help specify, your best guess is at least 100 years.
Okay. So yeah, in that case, Norbert's just like, I think these have been here for like 100 years or so. They'll probably be okay for a few more days until we get back to this. I'm sure there's someone in town who's an expert in, book preservation.
Yeah. As far as purpose of the dungeon thus far, from what you have found, you found the writing desk, obviously, so probably some paperwork being done in here. You found the barracks or the armory.
Yeah.
So maybe some kind of defensive installment. I just couldn't remember what the word is, but the armory. Probably some kind of defensive system. If they thought anything like the current settlers, where you've got places on the coast, you might as well have a central location. Hovedstad is basically your central location on the island, so it's possible that this was just attached to probably a larger city. It wasn't it's super unlikely it was a standalone building. The fountain is kind of confusing, though, I think, for you.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
all right.
There's just this random fountain in a room.
Yeah. Well, we've still got at least 3 more doors and 1 more corridor to go check out. So let's backtrack and go see what other cool shit we can find.
So far, the books are the only thing interesting.
Have we been in here for an hour? Has my disguise self worn off? Am I now back to being a 9-foot tall woman?
I didn't catch you were using disguise self.
Oh,
But
was
it
towards the
has been longer
beginning.
than an hour. Yeah,
Okay.
I totally missed it.
Oh, yeah, sorry. No, it's just the verbal disguise self that makes them look smaller.
Okay. Back to normal size then.
All right, back to normal size.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would
I
say
think
you
based-
guys have been in here for at least an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think based on my arbitrary roll earlier, Norbin probably would have been like speaking above you, trying to make eye contact with the like illusory head that he couldn't quite see properly. And as it wears off, he's like, "Oh, you are taller than I thought." Okay. Do we want to? I kind of want to go see what's on the other side of the armory again.
Yeah,
Do you want to do that? Or do
So
you
this
want
is
to
where
head-
you were before.
Yep.
Before we continue, let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break here.
Okay.
Would be a good spot to do it. To get your refills.
That's
do what you need
ominous.
to do.
Hey, what about this door? We should take a break right now.
Yeah.
I got my chalky milk and crispy cookie M&Ms.
All right, and I am back.
Aim. Does the leader condition actually give you anything? Or?
The leader condition?
Yeah.
There's a leader condition?
Yeah.
Oh, no. So I added some conditions in there just to mark out specific people. So like
Right.
there's the numbered conditions, like 1 through 9, I think.
Right.
But then
Yeah.
I also put a leader. If it was obvious who was the leader of that grouping.
Mm.
I like it.
Oh wow, I have not popped out the list of status effects in a while. There's a lot of them in here.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I like that exhaustion goes all the way up to 5, and then you just drop dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Radioactive?
Oh, we dealt with a radioactive troll once in Joe's game.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Those are a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I once got to play with a barbarian who had what was functionally a radioactive sword.
Have you seen the meme of, it might have been a Reddit post or Tumblr post or something, that it was a group that they had to microwave a whale because it was some creature that had polymorphed into a whale, and every time it turned back from polymorph, it would gain a level of exhaustion. So they just kept on doing radiant damage to it to microwave it and kill it.
Oh, poor thing. What was it? The dream spell, if you use it like offensively, can prevent a creature from long resting, and instead of resting, they gain a point of exhaustion. So if it works repeatedly, you can just kill a creature via exhaustion, which is slightly terrifying. Like, I think it is actually one of the most evil things you can do with a spell.
Let's see if I can find the microwave the whale post. I might have it saved on my phone.
Yes. Yeah, no, our barbarian, it was just like a, well, everyone is taking damage, so hopefully we kill them faster than you die.
Okay, so that was the church. Then if we go up into the east, west, we should find the watering hole.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, the well's north on this map was what we knew. So it's, yeah, somewhere up there. Also, if we are theoretically about to run into combat, Beard, I have the weird Dread Ambusher Umbral Sight thing. So I don't ping for dark vision. So if I'm standing in an area of darkness, I am functionally invisible if the creature's looking at me or using dark vision to look.
I think I got a nice light dangling right behind you.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, ugh, light, but you guys can't function without it, so it's fine. But like, if we open the door and they're enemies, I will probably scoot through the door into a pitch black spot, then shoot them in the face.
That is amazing.
It's a really, I just wanted to point it out before we got into shit and I had to use it because it's like vision rules are always kind of janky.
Yeah, we're gonna have to ban this character.
Okay, that's I intentionally, well, I mean,
I
there.
know. Is there any other class or race that has that feature? I've never seen that feature before.
No, it's just core Gloomstalker Ranger. Like,
oh, Gloomstalker. Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
yeah,
it's Gloomstalker. Yeah, no, it's part of the subclass. Oh no, it's not a racial thing. It's a subclass thing. If it was a racial thing, that would be completely bonkers. Oh my god.
Yeah, that would.
Oh yeah, it's a subclass feature, that's fine.
Yeah. No, this character is a little bit cheesy, but like I went cheesy utility as opposed to just cheesy kill everything, so I figured it wouldn't be as bad. I was like, should I do Andre levels of damage? And I was like, not yet.
I mean, I'll still ban it, but it's okay.
But you didn't do the coffee lock.
Yeah. Coffee lock is a step too far. I would never play a coffee lock. I have played a sharpshooter crossbow fighter though, and it's hilarious.
I think I played a coffee lock once because I hated the DM, and it was just to piss him off on purpose.
Yeah, no.
Let's go.
I pissed my DOX off instantly. Yeah, we are all here. So
yeah, we are.
Are we good to resume, Bird?
I'm the bird. That's Beard.
Better than
I mean, you
Brad.
unpaused the
Yes,
game,
we
so
can-
clearly
we can
I
move
can
on.
start.
I did,
You
yeah,
take my
we can start.
Okay, cool. I want to go this way. Are we cool going this way, or should we?
Oh, no, yeah, we're following
Alright.
you now.
All right. Yeah, Norbin's just super excited. Cool. Same process. If this seems safe, try and open it.
Also
Careful
seems
for
locked.
mushrooms.
So yeah, So you go ahead and you start moving around, start looking at it. Again, seems rather easy. Or I'm not sorry, doesn't seem easy. It seems like there's no traps to it or anything like that you can see. Nothing obvious. But it does have a lock on it. And you can tell that it's locked just by like slowly trying to turn the handle. Yes, go ahead and roll with Thieves' Tools.
Oh fuck, that's not good.
How easy the last one was, you might still be good.
Yeah, maybe. Do I get advantage because I've done this before?
Yeah.
Isn't that what proficiency's for?
I'm planning on multi-classing the rogue, but not yet. So.
Always bust down the door.
I would say this seems like it will take you a little bit longer to do. It does seem like you can get it, but it's slightly different. Like it just doesn't pop off like the other one did. This one you have to finagle a little bit, so it'll take you some time, but you think you can do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just turn the other two. Like, all right, this is a little tricky. It might take me a minute. Are we cool?
Yeah, are we still hearing the yelling from below us now, or?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, as he says that, Trill, you kind of turn around, and you do hear the muffled shrieking still.
Could we hear it the entire time, or did it like die out at any point?
No, it died off. It died off.
Okay. I mean, we should be good.
Okay. So then, yeah, Norbin will take the extra little bit of time to finagle this.
Checking the back and.
Would you like me to... Voice cracking. Would you like me to check the exits?
Oh,
Instead of you, Mr. Tortle?
can you even see down there if I'm not here?
No.
If there's something there, you'll know. I'll be loud.
I got the door.
Yes, the door clicked, and you can easily open it up. Just peering inside, you can see some what appears to be bed frames.
Okay. Yeah, just cautiously advance into the room.
Yeah, as you peer in, kind of stop right there. You've got some old bed frames. They look rather fragile.
Okay.
Any mattresses or anything like that seems to be gone. Either rotted away with time or taken out. But yeah, it's 4 empty bed frames. But up on the ceiling, especially with the light, the ceiling catches your eye. There does appear to be a bit of a mural up there, some kind of painting.
Is my head brushing the ceiling?
Yeah.
No,
lay down.
ceiling in here is about 20 feet.
Try
Okay,
to lay
so-
on one of the bed frames and look up at it.
Just immediately falls through.
Yeah, you can hear the creaking as you do so. And it's not comfortable either. I mean, it's just a bed frame with slats. It's kind of strange. But yeah, looking at the ceiling, there is something painted up there. A lot of it's cracked though. Let me double check some things in here. And I would say, Trill, as you're laying down looking up, Norbin, as you're looking up, you start to make some sense in the scripting. It definitely looks like words that are there in Draconic, and you just kind of scan to try and get a good idea of what it says. Again, a lot of paint is chipped away, but what you both gather is it says, "We sacrifice ourselves to protect nature."
Draconic?
in Draconic.
To protect nature?
What did you say built this place? Dwarves?
Yeah, the stonework is definitely dwarven.
Well, maybe they bought the stones from dwarves and they built it themselves. Whoever themselves are.
No, Dragonborn built different, but it wasn't one of the theories that there were a couple different races working together on this? Maybe there were, I don't know, dwarven stoneworkers and Dragonborn painters.
There's mushrooms here too. Maybe this is like just a group of druids.
Maybe. Could have been druids.
And there's no mattresses on these beds, right? So is there anything under them? Or is it just junk? Dust?
One incredibly large dust bunny that survived for eons.
That's the final boss.
Yeah. Monty Python and the Holy Grail style. You're all gonna die.
It is the rabbit!
Oh fuck. Okay. And can we make it with the image that's depicted, or is it just the line about sacrifice?
It seems like it's just the writing. I mean, it's like blue. There's two colors that you can definitely see. There's blue, and there is white. Maybe some gold in there as well. But as far as like any type of shapes or any kind of scene, you're not getting it. Just enough of it has chipped away with time that just seems to be gone.
Okay, cool.
Not able to make sense of it. Trill, are you looking around the room?
Yeah, I was making. If there was a mattress, I wanted to look under the mattress, but I'll check under the beds too if it's just grates. I mean, I guess I could see through them.
Okay.
But is there anything else in this room to look at, or is it just the beds and the mural?
Just the beds and the mural are the physical objects in here that are easily seen. But if you're looking around, I would say on underneath one of, or like just behind one of the headboards. I think that's the correct term. I've never had one in
this
real
side.
life, so
Yes.
I don't know what it's
Headboard.
called.
Yes.
But on the back of one of those, you do see like
pillow.
a tip of some leather kind of like popping out. And so you kind of scoot the bed over to see what it is. And there is a leather belt that seems to just be kind of attached to the back of one of the beds.
Still intact, or is it like rotted away because it's old?
It seems still intact. It is cracked. Roll me perception. Or
Insight?
let me look at the
Investigation?
sheets.
Investigation? I'm better at that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think I would accept survival here as well.
Got survival. You don't need it.
22. All right. 22. The leather is cracked. But after taking a look at it for a bit, it almost seems like it's part of the design. Like it's not a defect of time, but actually carved or cut in that way.
Oh,
It actually kind of reminds you of tree bark, maybe.
okay.
Just like different shapes, tree bark, or maybe the shapes on your shell. Kind of reminds you of like those like different plates that are kind of stacked up on top of one another. It does have a buckle as well. Buckle seems to be made out of maybe copper, maybe just like a dirty silver. It's hard to tell. But there is a symbol on it, and again, looking at it, kind of looks like a waterfall. It's
Okay, so we got a
stream
waterfall.
of water moving vertically and then crashing into waves at the bottom. Kind of reminds you of a waterfall.
So my guess is druid people.
Yeah, it could be.
Tree bark, waterfall, and it's still intact after 100 years, we think the books are?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah,
It's nothing that's ever looked similar to Verbolg society, right? Like, I don't recognize any of the symbols as something that we used in our society. If you need to put a pin in this and say, maybe I'll answer this later, go right ahead.
My mind's kind of circling right now. Yeah.
If you need to put a pin in this, go right ahead.
It seems like a
Alright,
magic
so,
item that we could cast Identify on in the future.
And I could do it now if we want.
All right, let's say this because we are streaming. Let's talk a little bit about this so everyone's aware of what's going on. So Clover's backstory is going to require me to write some lore, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready to do so.
I'm so sorry. She's
but-
110.
Yeah, Clover's been here for a bit, so would have some knowledge of things. Clover, go ahead and roll me a history check.
Oh no. Oh no. She's not smart. Oh no. 10.
I mean, waterfalls are a symbol for, like, it's a nature symbol. It's not out of the question that you've seen it before, but any inkling of what it relates to, what it means, no, you have no memory. But
Not coming directly to mind.
The concept of it, yeah, the concept of it, in addition to some of the theories that are being passed around in character that this is a druid group, it could match up pretty well. I mean, your clan did have some druids, so it is definitely something that seems like it could fit, but you can't really say for sure.
Okay, it's not unexpected.
Yeah, and again, the writing, once it was read out aloud to you, it says, "We sacrifice ourselves to protect nature." So it's
nature.
Yeah, it's definitely druidic in flavor. It feels.
Mm-hmm.
But that particular symbol matching something that you remember specifically, no.
Am I getting a magic vibe from it, or just a really well crafted druidic thing?
I can detect
Good
magic it.
question.
Can you do that for free? I feel like not.
Yes,
might as well
I
not
can.
waste it.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, it's at
I get one. It's at will. It's a Verbolg thing.
Yeah, but
I
you
get
only
one a
the
day.
One. Yeah.
I get one a day, but
Maybe we
you
wait
know.
until we find a second
Yeah,
thing,
I
and
think
then
it probably is magical, but I think we also can, like, let's keep moving for now, and then
Okay.
when we have a few things, we can stop and collect our thoughts and identify some of this stuff.
okay.
I'll just.
On the discovery phase, we'll do analysis later.
Do we want to go through this door since
Norbin's gonna double
be-
check the little map he's making. He's
Yeah.
like, I think that goes back where we came, but yeah, we could maybe confirm that.
It was there was a cave in over there, so we couldn't go up north.
Yeah, but it did. The exit that we took on the left side of the room when we first came in, that branched off straight and north. So it went north and then south. We've explored south. It heads north again. We're north, and we're just a little bit further west. Nope. Yep, a little bit further west. So I think it connects. And as he says all this, he's like holding up a slate, like with parchment that he's been updating as we go through all of this. And he's also just recently scrawled, mural room on it.
As an Outlander, I automatically am just really good with keeping track of maps and stuff. So
Yeah, I wanted to see if I could merge Outlander and a proficiency with cartographer's tools, but I didn't. So I just have the tools. So I have to do it the hard way.
out of character,
True.
I really am just one of those. I like to get maps completed so that I know where everything is.
Trill.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry.
As a wizard, what is magic to you?
Big fucking
Power.
question.
Like
How-
what is
would
history?
how would your wizard describe magic
Mm,
to a layman?
Warmth, because I use a lot of fire. I don't know. I wasn't ready for this. I really have no answer for you, sir.
Yeah, that's
You wouldn't understand. Would you like? I would describe it to a layman.
Okay, all right.
where's this coming from?
There's always a purpose. But okay, we'll move on. So you've got two doors. You've got one to the right. You've got one to the north.
Open them
Both have
both.
keyholes. Both have knobs. Norbin, what would you like to do?
Well, I think Clover was going to check that door so we can confirm that it does connect back to the entrance. And then
I think it does. I just want to make sure there's not another
Yeah, for sure.
tunnel going north.
There probably might be, but it seems like there's a moderate amount of interconnection here. So yeah.
So I'm just going to go ahead and
Clover, hypothetical situation. You start turning a door handle and it seems stuck. Would you try to use all your strength to open it?
Yes.
So this door seems stuck, but you use all of your power to open it, and you can feel like the door handle almost like break in your hands as you turn it.
Oops.
Force it open.
Oh, it was stuck. I fixed it.
There's a hallway that goes a bit back. Norbin, you would see what appears to be a cave-in all the way at the end of the hallway. I think Clover would see it as well, but I can't.
Yeah,
I can't
step
tell
up for
how far
light.
Clover can see.
There's light, so I think okay. It looks like it. I think it just goes in a big circle.
Yep.
Okay, I'm content.
Okay. Then yeah, Norbin will same procedure. If it seems safe, he'll open this door.
Is that one stuck? I can open
go
it.
ahead. Yeah, you start to turn a handle. You can tell it's locked.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you seem to be having a lot of fun smashing through things. I guess if you want to try that here, go nuts. I do still have these tools, though. I can probably not break it.
I'm just gonna do the same and just it feels stuck. Shunk.
Oh boy.
This time, roll me athletics.
Okay.
I'll hand her the crowbar before she goes at it. If that's
Ooh.
Well,
Skills.
Athletics, just to turn the handle. Just to turn the handle.
16.
Okay, this one seems stucker than the other one. But you do like get your both hands in there and turn it, and you do break it. You are able to get through. And the
Open.
door swings open.
Great. I'll cautiously peek into this room. Oh, there's stuff.
You can go
There
first.
is stuff.
Okay.
I'll follow.
In the center of the room is busted chandelier. Looks like it's made out of iron. Chain is just broke. You can see part of the chain dangling from the ceiling. It's just like the links just pulled. Just broke, maybe rusted. But it's down on the ground. Looks very busted. You do also see a stone statue up here, but it's kind of hard to make out the features from where you're standing. And then to your right, there is a wooden chair. Looks throny.
All right.
Sit in the
A
chair.
lot of dust. On the ground in here.
Okay. Yeah, just examining everything, looking for any any wayward items or writing, inscriptions, carvings, stuff that would, tell us about who was here and who created all of this.
I'm gonna come up and look at the statue. What, like general characteristics? What sex, race, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Give me 1 second.
Stuff that a person with
Oh.
an intelligence of 10 can understand.
Yeah. All right. So as you get up close to this, and anything in particular. So let me backtrack. Again, we're trying to extend the period that you guys are in rooms. So the assumption is you guys are going to be in each room at least about 5 minutes. But it's entirely up to you. But is there anything in particular you're focusing in on outside of the statue as you walk around, or are you just trying to gather as much as possible information?
I would kind of focus on the sort of obvious stuff. So, like, look at the chandelier, because that's just sort of the focus of the room as I'm making my way over to the statue. And then once I reach the statue, that's when I shift my attention.
The light from the light spell is definitely just making this a lot easier to get a good grasp of everything that's in here. Statue looks like a dwarf. Definitely seeing the beard. It is wearing a robe, so the head is kind of covered up until the eyes, from the back, that is. But you see the beard does look like a dwarf. On the robe itself, you are seeing like little etchings along the seam. It looks old, but you recognize the script as Elvish. That's something you guys all would recognize because you all speak Elvish. But the script says nature above all others.
So we've got
above all others.
Dwarvish, Elvish, Draconic.
Now, the dwarf, outside of the robe, with the elven script, and the design feels very elven. There's like little curly cues and leaves and stuff along the seam besides this writing. But the boots and gauntlets that this dwarf is wearing, they look scaled, like almost like a dragon. So both hands are together, just kind of like fist to fist kind of look. But you do notice that on the gauntlets, like on the top of the fist, little design that looks like a waterfall.
Waterfall.
Same thing, Trill. You saw on the belt.
Ooh.
Okay, so that seems like it's a recurring theme. So nature, waterfalls. Yeah, it seems very druidic.
The floor in here, though, is I would say Trill. It would seem odd. Clover and Norbin. After a few moments of observing it, reminds you of rings of a tree. So it's tiled. The tiles are smaller, but it definitely seems to be like it's almost like making rings. They're spaced differently, but it does remind you of rings of a tree. tree that's been cut.
Okay.
And as you look from the center of the room at these rings, you start to notice that the tile almost looks like there is blue lines coming down from where the throne is. And you look back at the throne, and you see behind it is another mural. This one looks similar in the painting style of the one that was in the the quarters. But it's not cracked. Seems to be in perfect condition.
Okay.
Pull the
And it does
throne
appear to be
out.
a waterfall coming over a cliff, going behind the throne, landing on the ground, and covering this tree stump that is the floor.
And if we're examining, does it have any writing or messages, or is it just the image?
Just the image that you're making up.
The room before was blue and gold, you said?
Blue, white, gold.
Blue, white,
blue,
gold.
blue, white, and gold. Yeah, and this is the same blue, white, and gold.
Okay. And did we notice anything about the throne?
It's wood, yes?
Yeah.
It's
And
made
like,
out
I don't
of
know,
wood. It seems
secret-
rather thick.
Okay. Like hidden compartments or secret chambers in it?
There does seem to be a bit of a compartment in the left arm. It's not hidden.
Okay.
If you're looking at that angle, you can definitely see it. But
Yeah,
it
pop
definitely looks
that
like there's a
open.
hinge to it that you can open up.
Yeah, I see
Inside,
what's
you see what appears to be a pair of, well, yeah, you would know. You would know. Clover would know. They're clippers. Most likely from an old herbalism kit.
I don't have hair.
Okay.
Clover is going to count the rings of the tree floor. How many are there?
Oh, to see how old it is. Smart. Doesn't know.
That's B.E.A.R.D didn't prepare this.
The D100.
No, it's a fantastic thought. Would there be enough room here? Is the design fine enough to show the actual age of this? And what would that actually
imagine
prove, though? I mean, it just rings on a tile. Does it mean when was this built based on when they came, or when whatever this thing is that you're in? As far as it seems like druids or druidic type people, maybe when they took it over. I think that's the issue that you have on whether or not the rings would tell age, because you don't know what it's based off of. But there are 16 in total.
There are 16 in total.
If they came in and changed the tiles every time they got older.
That seems like it would be a lot.
That would be a lot. Clover is not really competent enough to think of what that could mean, but she is at least smart enough to know that 16 is probably an important number to the civilization. What it could represent, no idea, but 16 is probably a number that should be remembered when it comes to this civilization. Could be 16 emperors, 16 leaders.
There'd be 16 thrones if there were 16 leaders.
Well, you know what I mean. There's been 16 leaders in succession.
Yeah, I didn't know what you mean, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So real quick, everybody roll me perception.
Uh-oh.
Can't it be insight?
And then continue your vamping.
God damn it.
Perfect. Oh, so there are some table rules here. That we didn't talk about. I mean, we kind of sort of talked about it, but you do have DM inspiration at the start of the session, which means you can re-roll at any time if you'd like. I mean, once you can re-roll once, if you want to. As members of a guild, we are taking advantage of Tasha's rule. I forget what it's called now. It's like assistance, but because
Patrons?
you all are working for the same purpose, same patron, same whatever, you can give each other advantage on one roll in a day. So keep that in mind. But if you're cool with these rolls, that's fine.
Not, but I'm not going to blow any resources on it just yet. I'm angry that I built this character for perception and I'm nat 1ing on those rolls.
I think
We have
since there's two
17s, we have an 8.
Yeah.
Now, there's some overall thoughts that you guys have passed around, and I think it would probably remind you guys of a story that you heard from another adventuring party that had gone down the Black Gate. And the reason why it rings a bell is because you guys have found writing that's in Draconic, but also writing that's in Elvish. You're seeing dwarves. You know this place was made by dwarves. The dragon scales on the gauntlets and the boots could easily be dragonborn stylized. So, but the reason why it reminds you of a tale that was told by another adventuring party is because when they were in Blackgate in the Grimhood Marsh, they found an artifact of it seemed mostly dragonborn in the south. And that's odd because the only dragonborns that still live here, at least native, are far up in the north in the icebergs. But it seemed to show a healthy, peaceful relationship between dragonborn elves and dwarves.
Coalition.
So this is another sign of that being in fact true, but not just true, but also consistent from the south to now central.
Mm-hmm. Neat. Okay. Are we clocking anything else in this room?
Yeah, I'm just trying the door handle.
Oh, yeah. Where's it? I was gonna say, where's the door time?
I'm just trying the door. I'm just going,
Trill.
oh, door.
Trill, you reach for the door and you hear something coming from the other side.
Oh.
Definitely, there's some noises being made. Movement. Sounds like wood moving on wood.
On wood.
Would you like me to go?
Yeah, and Clover, you kind of hear the same thing. You get a closer listen, and definitely sounds bestial.
Oh.
You want to pop through and try and actually?
I can open the door.
Can you step back and let me do it?
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty good with animals.
I am too, but you can go.
And by bestial, I will explain. It just sounds like grunts.
Okay.
Maybe some soft growls. But
can
there is
you
a lot
move?
of movement. It sounds like wood is moving in there.
All right, Trill, can you
Wood on stone.
go stand off to the side so the light's not silhouetting me when I open the door?
I won't be
Feels
able
like
to see into the room.
You can step up in like 2 seconds. I just don't want to, get shot in the face if I'm a fucking beacon and shining into the other room. And the door's locked. Thieves'
The
tools.
door is locked.
Try
Based on the light and you knowing your abilities, you would think it probably would be best if Trill
Oh, we think this is a smash situation?
put the light away.
Oh, just put it away entirely? Okay.
that troll put like at least put a cover on it to get rid of it. Because
I'll put
just based on like how the light is moving onto the door around the corner, if this is a hallway, if this is another room, that light is going to carry.
Okay, yeah, I'll ask Troll to just cover the light for a few seconds then.
1 second, and my bird is going to pop up and land on your shoulder.
Okay.
I am going to be watching through the bird. You will not be able to see Clover. I apologize. And I will drop the light spell and hide in my shell as I look through the bird's eyes.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't terrible.
Oh, that's good. I'm just gonna have battle axe out, shield up.
And yeah, Norbin's going like full stealthy now. He's making as little noise as he possibly can.
I'm gonna chill right here because I know that if I take a step forward, it's gonna go clang, 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 clang.
Yeah.
There's a small rocking of me on my shell.
This is we'll then very quickly find out if this is gonna go sideways or not.
You takes 20 seconds. You're trying to be. Actually, can you roll me stealth?
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're trying to be quiet. But you hear the click. You still, and now that the sound has been pointed out to you, you are hearing it through the hole, through the door. And it doesn't seem to stop. It seems to continue. So you think you haven't been noticed, but the door appears to be unlocked.
All right, I'm just gonna ease open the door. Oh shit!
Oh man. Okay, we're gonna pause here. We're gonna pause.
Yeah.
Here. You're gonna see quite a few things. First of all, a lot of bookshelves, and you're seeing some books on them. You're also seeing tables, but those tables have definitely been broken. A lot of paper and books kind of ripped apart and all over the ground. And there's like a big orc there, and two tinier orcs, maybe younglings.
Okay, those are orcs. Okay,
But they haven't seemed to notice you. I said orc, I meant ogre.
yes.
Oh.
Okay. And
It's
do
city.
we? Yeah. Okay. And are ogres something we like negotiate with in the setting, or are they just straight up bad guys?
That's a good question. Thank you for asking. You are unaware of any member of society being an orc in civilization.
Okay.
I said orc again. I meant ogre. I always confuse those two when I say them. You don't know of any ogres that have meshed well.
Okay.
And really mountains is where they have caused some issues. But being here underneath the city, especially Hovedstad, that's probably not a good sign.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But how they got in here, that's another question.
All right. I'm gonna just like he's not throwing the door. He's like opening the door just enough to peek through. So he's just gonna ease the door closed, like back, not fully shut, like not again, still not making any noise, but ease it back a little bit, and then just lean over, lean into. Oh my God! Sorry, I'm blanking on your name again.
Clover?
Are you closing?
Clover.
Are you closing
Thank
the
you.
door?
Not like firmly, not shutting it so that it makes a sound, but just like easing it back so that it's obscuring again. And then like lean in and just very, very quietly whisper to Clover, like, "There's ogres in the next room. Do we fight?"
Not yet. There's a lot more that we can look at, right?
No.
Destroying the books. Oh, I can't move. I'm paused.
We're paused. Game's paused.
Oh yeah, Trill, you're over there too. I forgot you were looking through the bird. Let me move Norbin real quick and see if the bird sees anything different. No, bird sees the same thing. I think there's a lot of papers and books and stuff on the ground. It seems like maybe these guys were rifling through them at one time. But the game is paused. But I will unpause. What would you like to do?
What do we want to?
They noticed you.
Yeah, I know. What do we want to do? I feel like I think we could take them, but it'll be tough.
I don't want to burn the books.
Then don't.
I'm
We might be able to pull them into this room.
Oh, that would work.
Maybe we should talk to them.
Are aware that they were really large.
Yeah.
Probably be super difficult to get them come in here.
How did they get in here then? Fuck. Do we try talking?
Language do ogres speak?
Ogre? Giant? Common? I don't know.
I speak giant.
So do I. Wait, do I? Yes, no, I don't. I speak common. Sorry, I was torn on taking giant or orc as my final language. I went with orc.
We can find out 3 creatures.
I can count 5.
Oh, I only see 3.
No, there's at least 5. 1 big one, 2 big ones. I think 2 big ones and 3 little ones.
We want to fight. We can fight, but there's a lot more that we can do.
I think I can see a door on the far side of that room. I think it connects back to the entrance. I think we're going to wind up here one way or the other.
Let's
there
stop
is a
them
door
from
down there.
destroying.
It appears to be. It appears to be cracked.
Yeah.
They'll destroy all the books if we leave them to it.
Yeah, that could be a problem. Oh, okay, so I guess our options are either we try and talk to them and I guess ask them if they want to leave and offer to help them get out, or we just attack.
I can try and talk to them.
Okay, you want to talk? Trill, do you want to talk or do you want to fight?
I can talk first. We got this door to stop the big one from getting by.
Okay, I'm not great at... Okay, that's fine. All right, let's talk.
Be brave, Clover. I'll shine the light from behind you so you'll be able to see and they'll think you're mystical.
Okay.
And then push the door open wide.
Yeah, Norman will step back out of the way so that so that Trill has a... Well, yeah, Trill and Clover have a clear path to this.
Clover, 1 step up.
Uh-huh.
And the door's right in front of you. Tell me when you're ready to push it open and I'll shine the light. Ready?
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh.
You're going right in.
All right. Let's move you back. Move you back right there. Right there. Okay.
Yep.
So as the light shines and you step through the threshold,
Oh, I can see this one now.
Yeah, you do see the shadow of another guy down here. But yeah, as soon as the light turns, this guy turns around to face you and just growls. And you see this one stand up and is going to move up. In his hand, look, and it growls.
Talk to them.
Leave. And he says leave in giant.
Okay. I'll respond back in giant. Why leave? Are you stuck here? We can get you out.
You leave our place.
Oh, it's your place. Okay.
I'm just gonna whisper to her, if things are going the wrong way, step to the north so you're not in my path.
And at this point, this one that is talking to you um, is holding the great club, ready to swing it. The other one kind of takes a step back, and you see some movement. I'm not sure what. Yeah, you see some movement. There's a little one that kind of cowers behind the other big one.
Are they parents? Are those their children?
Are those? We can leave. We can leave. We just want to be sure that everything is okay. We're safe. You're safe. I'm Clover. Well, they call me
You
Clover.
will not be safe if you step forward. This is
Okay.
our place. This is our home. Leave.
Okay. I can back up. And I'm going to turn back and sort of nudge Trill and, we're leaving now. Okay. See? We're not coming in. We just want to talk.
Over, I've seen it. If you go in, they will not hit you.
Are you safe?
Yes.
How did you find this place?
This is ours. We have found it.
And if they want to trade for a better place, maybe?
Do you want to trade for a better place?
The roof isn't caving in.
There's a lot of cave-ins in this area. We passed at least 2. We want to be sure that you and everyone here isn't hurt.
We are fine.
We can find another place with more food.
Disposition-wise, seems very aggressive, very hostile.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be budging with your quests.
Okay.
Or parlay.
Can't leave them down here.
Yeah. Would they be willing to trade food for books? Maybe it's just that. We could leave them down here if we would. I'm just want to know what those books are.
Do you have food?
Sure, I'm loaded with rations, and we can always get more. I mean, we're right below the town.
Oh, those things with the leather and the pages. That's all we want. We can give you food for those, and then we'll leave, just like you want.
Roll me persuasion.
I think I actually have a yes. I'm going to use my TM inspiration for this.
Oh,
Crit.
yes! Nice.
You speak giant. What are you?
I'm a furbolg. We come from the forests. We're giant kin.
What kind of food?
Norbin will pull out and hand her a full day's worth of rations, and he has an additional 10 days worth of, or 9. He has 10 days worth of rations. So he'll hand her 1 day's worth, and he has another 9 on hand.
Well, and I'm going to take the rations. We have this for right now, but we can get you a lot more whenever you want. And I'm going to take some of my rations out too. See? Would you like it? And I'm just going to take a step forward into the threshold and set it on the ground and then step back.
He is not going to move. Instead, he is going to put his club away. Well, actually, I'm sorry. He is going to move. He's going to step back over here.
Okay.
And you hear him grabbing something out of the corner, and he steps back. Now he has a javelin. And he's going to reach with the javelin to the ration and pull it closer. Once it gets close enough, he reaches down and picks it up and sniffs it. More of this.
Okay. And I'm going to take some of my rations and turn back. They want more. Start putting down.
So you get them to give us a book first. One book and then more rations and then more books maybe?
Okay.
Or I don't know, you're doing well. You do whatever.
There's... How many of you are there?
My wife. 3 children.
So, at least 5.
We have no purpose for this material. Been comfortable to sleep on, though. We will trade.
Of course. Then I'll make sure to grab at least 5 days worth of rations, one for each of them.
I think they use more than a day's worth each. Look how big those boys are.
Well,
We're starting with 5.
we're starting with 5.
Yeah. Norvin's perfectly content to hand over his full 10 days worth.
And I'm going to set it down. All right. And then those books. And I'm going to slide the rations forth for them. Please.
He sees the rations and walks over to the shelf and pulls out looks like three books.
Okay.
And he carries them over. And he tosses them on the ground in the threshold. With his javelin, again, he reaches and, like hockey stick, knocks them further into the room.
Okay.
When the books hit, though, you can see, like, spines, like, split. And paper starts to move out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to smile brightly and thank you and take the books. We're just exploring this area. There was a cave-in up top, and we want to make sure that there's nobody hurt and there's nothing dangerous down here. But we'll be out of here soon, we promise.
You live near here?
Yes. That's why I was wondering
close?
if...
How close are people?
They're right above. That's why we want to get you to someplace safer.
We'll think about it. Leave. Take your things. Leave us be.
Thank you. We'll be looking if you want to come find us. And I'll shut the door. I'll give him a smile and shut the door.
Well, that could have gone a lot worse.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Bill?
What are the books we got? Are they anything good?
I'm going to hand over the books to the people that actually care about them.
Please be anything useful.
Deeply curious about this.
Archaeologist.
Yeah.
Archaeologist, you would be aware this is a similar scenario to what was in the other room with that one book.
Crap.
This is
These
very
were
fragile. You
manhandles.
have to be.
These are some
You have to be
Oh, fuck.
very fragile with this. However,
After the ogre manhandled them.
when it got thrown to the ground, some papers got loose from it.
Yeah.
And so when Clover had picked up the books, those papers fell to the ground. It seems to like 3 or 4 pages.
I would have
let's say
tried to
4,
get as
4 pages.
to get as many as I would have, but there was a little something on my mind at the time.
There's 4 pages that were on the ground, and just passively as you look down, almost looks like a map.
I love maps. Okay.
It looks
So
like our map
you
he's
could
drawing.
spend the time. You could spend the time to look through these books. However, there is a chance to damage them beyond repair.
No, I think we
but
take
as
people with us.
members of the Adventurers Guild, you're aware of the Records Guild is looking for stuff like this. Like, this is right up their alley. They've got the tools to be able to handle it. There is something valuable here. They would be able to find it.
Yeah. No, I think we take the books we've got and get the hell out of Dodge.
But the papers on the ground, you're only seeing the top one, and it does look like it is an edge of a map of some kind.
Okay.
You're seeing a shore. You're seeing trees.
Um,
Do you
they
pick 'em
do
up?
know. Oh,
What was that?
they do know that there's people up above, so they might come find us and be brought to a safer place.
All right. That
It's
would
a
probably be good.
It's a family,
Find
a
a
husband,
safer
wife,
place.
and 3 children.
Okay. We should tell the city that they're down here. If anyone gets surprised by that, it could be trouble. All right.
The Adventurers Guild will want them out of here one way or another.
Yeah. Okay. I think maybe we
Papers
should
on the
report back
ground.
now. Yeah, picking those up.
Do you pick
Yeah.
up the papers on the ground? Do you look at
Yes.
Very gently, yes. And like one at a time, so that if like one disintegrates, I can still see the one beneath it.
So I would say the easiest way for you to do that, to just see what they are, is to keep them on the ground, but just kind of
Yeah.
move
Yeah,
them,
spread them out.
off of one
Yep.
another.
Yep.
It definitely looks like a map.
Okay.
All 4 pages seem to line up.
Oh, it's one map of the 4
Okay.
pages?
That's what it seems like.
So in that case, Norbin's just gonna sit down, pull out a new piece of parchment of his own, and start recreating this map.
I am going to take the lid off my mess kit because it's smooth and metal, and that way you can. She wouldn't know how to do this, but this is hurting me. It's physically hurting me. And just sort of delicately slide it onto it to keep it flat.
Yeah.
I'll take the 10 minutes
Okay.
to ritual cast Identify while you do this on the thing I found.
On the belt.
All right. Let me take a look at cartographer tools real quick.
Yeah, I didn't actually look at what they do. I just know I have them and I'm proficient.
It's Phaedra's got them. It's stuff like compass and actually
Yeah. No, that's-
rulers. Yeah.
Oh,
par for the course.
I'm supposed to have them in my inventory. They're not there for some stupid
Yeah,
reason.
so while traveling, you can draw a map as you go in addition to engaging with other activities. So, you can use cartographer's tools to make a map. You can use cartographer tools to recreate a map. What I'm looking for is Xanathar's Guide's downtime stuff and seeing if there's any roles that are required for this, but I don't think there are. I think you could just copy this.
Yeah, it seems like the sort of thing that wouldn't be overly challenging.
Mm-hmm.
It just take time if you want to be super accurate to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever I have to have Faye copy something, usually it'll be a roll to how accurate like some stuff is, but it's more you can take 10 to just do it really well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get those properly set up.
All right. So I'd say no roll. If you're taking the time to do this, you guys are hearing there are sounds coming from the other side of the door. Any talking in Giant would be muffled, so it's hard to make out. But I would say, Norbin, that's not what you're concentrating on anyways. You're concentrating on this. No. And as you get about halfway through, like you kind of make the outer ring, and you realize that the shape is almost exactly the same as the modern map of the continent.
Okay, so yeah,
the difference is the difference is up to the north. These icebergs are not there. They're not represented.
Okay.
There isn't like color coding.
Yeah.
So you don't know if it's sandy down here and wintry up to the north. But the one thing that seems pretty obvious, in like to counter that thought, is that there are trees everywhere. The entire continent is filled with trees. There are some signs of settlements. They're just kind of like circles. There's no writing on names or anything like that.
Okay.
But there's a settlement where Hovedstad is. There's a settlement right around Easton. Same thing for Whitmore. Same thing for Sedan and Nordland.
I'm going to point to one spot. Oh, that's where I'm from.
Trees everywhere else. Where are you pointing to where you were from?
Wherever it is easiest for you.
No, this is your call.
Okay. You know what? Probably in this area. Kind of near the lake-ish.
Okay.
And sorry, yeah, I'm to know that I'm looking more closely. One of the potential uses for cartographer's tools is determining the age and origin of a map. Would I be able to do that here?
It is rather beat up. But I would say your best guess is about 150 years ago.
When did the settlement start coming in?
200?
No. Let's okay, I forgot Lark. I forgot Clover's backstory. Say 200 years ago.
Okay. 200-year-old map. Cool, got it.
Wonder how many of those cities are underneath other cities now.
Probably most of them. I think it's pretty common for people to build cities on cities.
I mean, yeah, people usually pick locations for cities for a reason.
Yeah.
So
Well, all right then.
we'll give many places to explore.
Yeah. Okay.
Clover, your hometown has been your home area has been marked on the map.
Cool. Do we
Yeah.
want to push
So
further,
your
or should
best
we
guess
go
is about.
report?
Well, real quick, just to summarize, your thought process is just based on like quality, based on the information you can gather. Like, doesn't seem like it's older than 200 years old.
Okay.
But for there to be trees everywhere 200 years ago, now there's deserts and Arctic, the Badlands, like no trees.
Oh, yeah, all kinds of
exist.
crazy shit happened, for sure.
Yeah. And as you're describing this, Clover, I mean, you've been native to this land.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been the way that you know now. You don't remember it ever being just covered in forests.
There's always been the cold and the heat and... Huh. This is really old. Older than
Well,
me.
it's either it's either a map of the continent being completely covered in forest, in which case something real crazy happened here, or maybe this wasn't a map, it was a plan. Maybe they wanted to cover the continent in forest and they didn't get to. I don't know. We'll have to find out more. This isn't a lot to start on, but it's better than nothing. I'm excited. I didn't think we'd find an ancient map. This is cool. Should we go report to the town that there's a family of ogres living down here? Because it seems like that has a lot of potential to turn out ugly if people aren't ready for it.
Probably.
We should probably check the rest of this place first.
Mhm.
I don't know how much more of it we're going to get through before I get really sleepy.
You know you've been down here for quite some time.
Yeah.
You're both feeling, but not both. You're all feeling like you've been down here for hours upon hours, so it's probably time to head back. There are some safeguards you can put in place. Reporting in with the Adventurers Guild right away would suggest or would allow for guards to be posted out around just in
3
case
entrances.
anything
Yeah.
escaped out. Yeah.
Can I get my identify off before we leave? And if it's
Oh yeah,
waterfall
yeah. You were
belt
identifying
is
what?
the belt that I found.
Yeah, dude. The belt.
It ain't magic.
If it's not, then it's just used to stop making bed noises during sex, where it was.
I'm not
It was
saying.
Yeah, you actually use it to hold down someone. No, actually, you are getting a sense that it is magic.
Ooh.
I've got the magic in me.
This. So with identify, you learn names of things too, right?
Yeah.
Or just
You
abilities.
just don't know if you just don't know if it's cursed, which is surprising.
Okay.
Yeah.
This belt is called the Belt of the Teacher. And while wearing the belt and attuned to it, you can cast bark skin on yourself at will.
Cool.
Barkskin, is that just the +2 AC?
It can't be
set
less than
your
16.
Oh.
Yeah, it can't be less than 16. It wouldn't help you.
No.
I'd be okay with that, but
It wouldn't help me because I'm 19.
my AC's only 14.
Give it to him.
It would be helpful. So yeah, your question for yourself here is this something that for one of us to take, for us to give to the Adventurers Guild, see if anyone else would help, or is this part of the artifacts that we drop off at the Records Guild?
This would be useful for us. I think it's only fair we wear it, right?
Be
Norbin?
useful. It'd be
Yeah.
useful for.
This could be useful for anyone.
This would not help me.
It wouldn't help me.
It would help me, but only for a short term. There's much better armor at the store than what I have on. I just a little short on resources right now for picking new things up.
It might be helpful for somebody else in the guild.
Yeah, maybe it's something we turn in.
Trade in for something else.
Or credit, or I don't know, whatever they do. This is my first job, so I hadn't expected to find an actual magical item. So I don't quite know what protocol is, but this is exciting.
This is my first job too.
Yeah, as much as this would be useful for me in the short term, long term, not so much. So I think we could hand it in. It'd be great. I mean, we found a map, we found books, we found a magic belt. This has been a wonderful expedition. Ancient ruins, secret doors, trolls.
Can you just write down in giant the word for "we'll be back"? That way I can put it in the stone right here, so if they open the door, they'll be able to see it. Like, "We'll be back, stay here."
Well, I can always stay while you go and alert them.
I mean, I'd rather we not separate with giant creatures right on the other side of that door.
And also that would be against protocol.
Okay.
Guild laws that you never split the party.
No, it's just you guys are working a day job. This is basically your day job. So why would you work extra hours if you didn't have to?
Then I'll give him the how to write "we'll be back" smiley face, and then have him write it in.
I'll just mold earth that into the stone. So I can do that.
Group of hieroglyphics.
Very good. Okay. But yeah, generally speaking, this would be a good time to call it. You guys would head back to the Adventurers Guild, make them aware of the issue with the ogres. They could send guards to watch overnight before the next party can go down in. And then you could take your artifacts to the Records Guild to have logged.
I want to go through the church, guys, because there's an actual ladder there, and I don't want to climb a rope.
Yep.
Please.
Yep. Yeah, come out the church basement, retrieve my rope and climbing supplies that are still dangling down.
Sure.
Make sure they know that the well is another entrance, possibly. To guard that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 entrances to guard. We're good.
Yeah, Norbin would also provide, he would make a copy of his map and provide that as well as part of the report so that all the areas we explored are noted. And then there'd also be notations as to, like, there's a cave in here, this is a secret door, this is a secret door, this was a passage that was broken, this is where there's mural 1, mural 2, throne, ogres.
Crying mushroom.
Yeah, screaming mushroom. Yeah, screaming mushroom, do not enter.
All of this information is greatly appreciated, and because you provided it, it is going to bump up your pay for the day. So the reward for this job was 75 gold per day initially. You all are going to take home 200 gold.
Wow.
15 AC, baby.
So that's where we'll leave it. We'll go ahead and say goodbye to the stream. So everyone who's been watching live, thank you so much. And we'll catch you next time here for some D&D. Later.